The new Corolla Cross. Fill it with friendship and family. The new Corolla Cross. Filled with life.
Hello and welcome to iDiskiTV. My name is Nkululeko Nkewu. I'm with Machaka and Sibata. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a Monday after the massacre that happened at the FNB Stadium. It's actually been a very, very difficult week for the globe, in particular in West Asia, with what's happening in Iran, in Israel, and America, and a lot of countries as well surrounding that conflict. However, it is football that kind of distracts us from all of that. We are able to look away. In fact, if you look at football in particular, whether it was Arsenal playing a title race match against Chelsea and the Soweto derby title race match between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, you might be of the impression that everything is rosy in the world. Hopefully, in our part of the world, or thankfully, in our part of the world, we're not experiencing that, and hopefully, we won't experience that. Although oil prices might increase, which might affect even petrol prices as well. Of course, in South Africa, there's the Madlanga Commission, there's the crime and people being poor and hungry, but occasionally we have the Soweto derby to distract ourselves with. It was a 3-0 win, convincing for Orlando Pirates. For Kaizer Chiefs, they were left wondering, what is wrong with us as a football club? Why can we lose by that margin against our biggest enemies? Chucks and Chucks, you were inside the stadium. Thank you for joining us, sir. How are you?
Looks on a Monday.
Yes, you still have time to laugh. It's not a laughing matter.
No, you might not say it's not a laughing matter, indeed. Yeah, but you need to be calm sometimes. Emotions mustn't take you somewhere. So,
how was it inside though? You were there. You were there as a performer at the stadium. You always walk around, of course, with your band, working on cricket and football. Before we talk about the football itself, how was the experience? I know you've always been around stadiums, but how was it there?
Yeah, I remember I haven't been to, especially for Chiefs and Pirates game, especially at FNB for the past 5 years. Yeah, going back there, I was overwhelmed by the occasion. In terms of how people arrived early this time around. Because by 12 o'clock, there was already traffic. And I said to myself, wow, this is great. I think a lot of improvement from the fans. Yeah, and also the band was there as well in Guluks. Yes, we always do cricket, rugby. But this time around, we're performing with a guy called Tenza.
Shout out to Tenza. I love Tenza.
Yeah, Tenza. Yeah.
I love Tenza. Yeah, he's a brilliant musician from the Eastern Cape.
We used to be on the grandstand together.
He's a super fan of Kaizer Chiefs, of course. It's nice when you have fans and they make music and then Chiefs is now inviting them to perform as well.
Absolutely. And
also you were performing alongside him when he was singing his songs.
Yeah, he was there as well. Yeah. I remember we did some rehearsals with him at FNB Stadium.
Which song did you do with him? Izolo bekumnandi namhla koyaliwa senanda maye.
Yeah.
Did you do that song?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I like that song.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Tenza.
Yeah, Tenza. Yeah, no, it's a great. Yeah, with the four ladies.
Sure.
Performing with them. So
you were a superstar.
Not superstar per se, but it was a great moment. Also for the guys, the band guys. With Tenza there, going through the tunnel. The experience was
So it was a great Soweto derby for you.
It was,
and for some Kaizer Chiefs fans, of course, who were there performing, including with Tenza.
Yeah.
Besides the scoreline.
Didn't have time.
Sure.
But it was tricky because remember after it was 2-0 already.
Oh yes.
Yeah, when we went there, my brother, it was tough for us just to enter it. On the field, I said, but what can we do, my brother? But, also the sponsors there as well.
How many selfies did people want to take with you?
Yeah, come again?
How many selfies did people want to take with you?
No, remember, you can't...
you're still one of the biggest super fans in South Africa.
No, but remember, we're on the field. We're not on the grandstand. You understand? But a lot of people were on the grandstand. They were unable to come on the field. So you can't...
They were unable to come?
No, I'm just saying, remember, you can't be on the field. It was only us.
In other words, they were unable to come.
No, good looks. Getting it right, remember. If you don't have access to be on the field, whatever you can.
No, I hear you, Chad.
Yeah.
And you didn't go home alone.
Wait.
After the derby.
No, man. I remember there's another suit there at FNB Stadium, my friend. Yeah, there's a suit there at 11.
You didn't go home alone after the derby.
I went back home with my friend. Yes, I went there with the guy called Mutoko as well, Mashala. we went back home together with both as well. Yeah, both was there. Went back home. They
Do you
told me-
believe in Kaizer?
Yeah. No, it's not again.
She
How
doesn't want to enter.
about believe in it? Yeah? You hear what he's saying? Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
we're done with the fun stuff. If you're still here, please make sure that you're subscribed, you like the content and comment on the content as well. We're happy that you're here. Thank you so much for watching us throughout the weekend of the Soweto Derby, plus the Sundowns games as well. We shot the videos yesterday. People are crazy over them as always. The Soweto Derby is always the most successful views weekend for us and for many other platforms as well, including SuperSport and SABC. They get the most numbers during the Soweto Derby because they're still the biggest. Let's talk about the game itself, Chugs. Why do you think you lost to Orlando Pirates?
Yeah, man. The time I entered the stadium, because I didn't check the starting 11, I met one of my other sister called Connie. She used to work there at Safa.
Sure.
She's also a Kosi fan. He said, Machaka, I said to her, he said, no, you know what, I'm set today. I said, why are you set? He said, no, man, looking at the starting 11, because I didn't see that. He said, no, between the poles is Bruce Vuma. By that, you could see her face that, it's a lose on its own. Yeah, so you could understand why she was telling me that she's not okay with the starting 11. Before I could even see the starting 11, when I went to check the starting 11, I said, wow, why many changes against an old team like Orlando Pirates? I can tell you, I didn't even see the first goal. The time I went to the stadium inside just to watch the game, we heard some noises, and I thought maybe it's...
And you knew that something is up.
Yeah, then when we asked some of my friends, they said, no, maybe someone missed a goal or so. We said, yeah, but it's not a goal, because that noise, it was just only a second. Then everybody was back to normal. Then when we checked, I said the scoreline said it's 1-0. I said, wow, within 5 minutes, this was not supposed to be. We've got no reason to concede at that time. Uncalled for a team like Kaizer Chiefs, because you can't do that against Orlando Pirates. But I think also we lost the game on the bench. I've stressed this before, my friend. I told you. I told you about the former Kaizer Chiefs coach, Nasser Nabi, before. That he was supposed to leave Kaizer Chiefs, because it's not good for Kaizer Chiefs. And which he did. He left. But we made a very, very wrong decision for keeping the people that they came with here. You can't do that. Once you come with the people, with your assistant coaches, you go and coach for a big team like Kaizer Chiefs. When you go, take them along with you. But I don't know why did they keep them. They kept these two coaches to continue. I think we were served a wrong food by that time. Because remember they used to win 2 games, lose 1 and 3 and stuff. Thinking that...
And they even were number 3.
Yes. And think that they are good enough. To me, what I'm saying, we lost the thing on the... They were overwhelmed as well. Because it's their first derby against Orlando Pirates. So, yes, that's what really transpired on the day. Yeah.
I think Chiefs have painted themselves into a corner with those coaches because they made a decision. I like when people are decisive.
Yeah.
There was no doubt that they are continuing with them. They said we're continuing until the end of the season.
Yeah.
It's still a wrong decision, but they were decisive at that time. Now, I'm saying they paint themselves into a corner because I don't know if they can make any change now. Because if they make any change now, for example, with DTC, if you still had Arthur Zwane, then he could become an interim.
Absolutely.
Or about Dylan Shepard or Vela Kumalo, they can become an interim.
Yeah.
There is no outside coach who can come now and make any changes into that starting lineup. There's no preseason. It's too late. It's too late. Do you think they're going to continue until it's March now?
Yeah.
April, May, the season ends in May effectively, before the World Cup. Do you think they're going to continue for 2 months and you still have Pirates to play at the end of the season?
They'll continue with them blues. That's why, as you are saying, what about they made up the decision, Kaizer Chiefs, before, to say, you know what, we continue with these guys until end of the season. I don't think there will be a time whereby they say, guys, no, man, we've reached a stage, a cul-de-sac. This is the right time for you guys to leave. put whatever given you in the Chorena and make your way out from the Chorena. I don't think so. They will continue with them in Nkuluksi. Absolutely.
From the Chiefs fans' perspective, you left the stadium, you're hearing people, and I was also observing on Facebook as well, that there's a lot of the vibe that says those coaches must leave. As you are saying, Wuti, we lost the game on the bench. You are saying that.
Yeah.
I think other Kaizer Chiefs fans feel we lost the game on the bench.
Absolutely, they do. They did in Nkuluksi. I think they were talking to us to say, guys, why are these guys still on the bench? Why are they still coaching? And one of the things in Norway Stretch and Nkuluksi, especially at FNB Stadium, is why don't we have a local assistant coaches? Even if you have a coach that is coming from outside South Africa, but have local assistant coaches. That's what they were stressing. If you have a local coach, you can get assistance from anywhere, no problem. But as long as there is someone on the bench that knows the culture of the Fefinit Lama boys and the culture of South African football, that's what they were crying about. And to me, they are correct as they were saying that. I do agree with them. I concur with them that, you know what, we're not good enough. Not good enough, and also the morale was too low. I don't know why the morale was too low. And I told about the changes as well. You bring Miguel as well,
They were coming from injury. Miguel.
Coming from injuries. So you leave, especially Sereno. Okay, yes.
I was puzzled why Sereno didn't even get 30 minutes.
Yes, yes. You know, and a well-experienced player like Sereno in a derby. There's players that you can put on the when there's a derby. There's a players that you can just throw them when there's another game, apart from that. Yeah, but as I'm saying, it was disaster.
Yeah. When I watched the game, Chucks, and when I shot my video in particular, I said that Orlando Pirates are so well taken care of, from player recruitment, from the willingness to spend money on the transfer market. All the young kids who come through from Orlando Pirates, Abo Mofugeng, Abo Cameron Thompson, the centre back who just left now, Mbogazi. On every aspect that you look at, whether it's players that they buy or players that come through, they are better than Kaizer Chiefs. Are you concerned that Chiefs, the management now, let's stop looking at the players, the management is not buying the right players for you, they're not willing to spend money for you? What do you think about the leadership of your management?
Now, let's look at our current squad. You know, they brought who? They brought Abu Sirino, they brought Abu Mayo, Mabuye as well, Abu Kacheni. So the squad, to me,
so when you compare the two squads,
yes, to me, what we have in Nkuluksi, to me, we have quality. We have players that are capable.
Quality to compete with Pirates?
We do have players that can compete with Orlando Pirates.
Compete and win?
Compete and win, yes. We do have players in Nkuluksi. Yes, we can get some other players somewhere, but what we have at the moment, we have players that can compete with Orlando Pirates. It's all about who coaches these players. You know, do we give them confidence? You know, the starting 11, is it the starting 11 is convincing that can beat Orlando Pirates or maybe Sundowns and so forth, that can compete in the Betway Premiership. Yes.
So when you play, okay, let's explore that.
Yeah.
If you play with those the 11, Mabue, let's put them the best you can put together.
Yeah.
Whether it's Mabue, whether it's Mayo, the best you can put together.
Yeah.
If you play them against Pirates this week and play them against Sundowns next week, you genuinely think they can compete?
They can compete against anyone.
And win.
Win is something else. But to me, they can compete.
Okay, you can have a competitive team.
Yes. Okay, let's look at the Pirates and Chiefs. We brought nothing at FNB Stadium. We were out-muscled, throughout the department. From defense, midfield, and even up front. Nothing was happening. So against Orlando Pirates. That is why some of the players, some of the supporters are saying we don't have players as we speak. Some are saying that.
Yeah.
Because of based on the performance. But before the time we were winning, they say no. Before they say no. Now we won Madrid, we won Barcelona, and so forth. So, but what changes now is because of the performance.
Their opinions change based on whether you win or lose.
Absolutely,
because it's the same players.
It's the same players.
It's still the same players.
The same players.
Yeah. But I think there's a point I want to drive home, Chucks, which is the willingness to spend.
Yeah.
If we were to put a table here and say how much money did Sundowns spend on Brian Leon alone, when Sundowns had a crisis, they didn't even have a crisis because Rainas was scoring, but they still in January they still supplemented Urenas
Yeah.
with Brian Leon, and they spent 50 something million. It was 3 million euros, 2.5 million euros, something like that. You look at every player that they've been able to spend on. If we put them on the table, they will definitely be number one. Orlando Pirates, number two, in terms of the players that they're willing to spend on. About Andre de Jong. To spend money, not wait for someone until they're free. This is the point that, yes, they did get some free agents to make it look like it's competitive with Chiefs.
Yeah.
But how willing are they? I mean, Ajax Cape Town Spurs, Velepai, no Bartman.
Yes.
How willing are you as a team to spend money? You might not spend equal amounts with Sundowns, but if Bati Ulangalihla Pili is available, Usianda Ndlovu is available, do you put your bid in there so that the Sundowns, my fearing 15 million, at least now Zamiling a 7 or 10, not to not be in the conversation. Ne Pirates now, if there's Pili there for 10 million, Pirates will put in 8, maybe they use their relationships. Nina, most of the time with these big players, Abombogas, Abobanban, all of these players, you are not even in the conversation, except for Abalandeli, because on Facebook, on Twitter, Abalandeli, they say, we want this one, we want that one, we want Mbule. But where is your bid and where is your money? Because you do have money now.
Yeah, man, see, to me, that's what I'm saying. We can ask ourselves a lot of questions, but the answer stays at Naturena. But you are saying, as you are saying, the willingness to buy players, especially not only players that are doing well at their respective clubs.
Yes.
You understand? Those are the players that you should get. I remember about Apolis. We were unable to get a player like Apolis and others. So, to me, it's a concern for me as well. I'm not sure how the management is structured, especially their budget, because we do have muscles there. We've got a lot of sponsors that are putting more into the team. The only way that we can please the fans is to be in the game. The management must be in the game. Even the coach must be in the game, and also the players must be in the game. Meaning, we are on the sideline as the fans. The only people that should be in the game are those people that I just mentioned right now, to make sure that they put the brand up there. That's what I'm saying. Now, even some other teams, they say, if we meet Kaizer Chiefs, there's a possibility that we can get 3 points there. Outside of fear, there is no longer fear where by the time about Besuma, while they're still the Kaizer about Musona, about Dr. Kumalo, and about Zigizig and others. So, but this time around, yes, we don't have those guys that will put fear into other teams, as you mentioned.
Yeah, let's look at Orlando Pirates. When I spoke to you in this kind of setting, besides match day content, we were speaking about the fear that Pirates could win a treble. They beat you 3-0, and they increase their goal difference. They're number one in the log.
Yes.
Do you feel like they have a strong enough team to go pound for pound with Sundowns until the end of the season?
Absolutely. Pirates has got no reason not to be pound on pound with Mamelodi Sundowns. Based on the performance of Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns this year, the style of players changed completely. It's no longer Sundowns that we say, whenever you meet Sundowns, you must think twice, my friend. I'm telling you. Even if you score Sundowns, it takes time to score against Sundowns, my brother. Because of the quality that they have and the style of play Sundowns. I love the style of play Sundowns. Make no mistake. But this time around, the Pirates, this time around, Sundowns is no longer the same. And we've got quality players. Pirates, they do have, even if on the bench. You can win the game coming from the bench. But look at Kaizer Chiefs coming from the bench. Yes, put Belabai, put even Villagaz and others. What do they do? Do they have impact on the game? But look at Pirates. They put Mahopa. What did he do?
Scores a goal.
So,
they have the legs to push Sundowns.
Absolutely, they do have
this season.
They want to it's up to Pirates now, to say we want the Betway Premiership or not. It's no longer in the hands of Sundowns or others. No, they are number one at the moment. If they keep on doing what they did on Saturday, they'll be taking a different story altogether. But Sundowns, where they are at the moment, you can see they are trying to pick up now. Yeah. Now they're trying to be
since the start of the year.
Once they do like this, then it's going to be a disadvantage. But I can tell you, Pirates, they've got the legs, to carry them through throughout the season against Sundowns.
If you played the derby, I'm wrapping up the conversation now. If you played the derby tomorrow, would you beat Orlando Pirates?
Not with this kind of performance that we did against Orlando Pirates on Saturday in Nkulusi. We still have a long way to go with this kind of performance. That's what I'm saying. Even short on target in Nkulusi, it was, I didn't even see that on Saturday. So if we can meet Pirates tomorrow in Nkulusi, I don't think we'll beat Pirates. We still have a long way to go again with what we have.
So it was a convincing victory. There's no doubt that they deserve to win.
They deserve to win on the day. They played very well in Nkulusi. That's what I'm saying. Scoring against Kaizer Chiefs within 5 minutes, I mean, it says a lot about Kaizer Chiefs. So even if they meet us tomorrow, they've got legs in Nkulusi. They've got everything, on the field or even on the bench to make sure that they can beat Kaizer Chiefs whenever they meet us. But all us in Nkulusi is still a long way to go. We need to change. There's a lot of overall there at Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think Dr. Kaizer Motaung, he's been successful on his own. Seeing currently what Kaizer Chiefs is doing, even the players themselves, I think they're asking themselves the question, why are we like this? How come can we allow Orlando Pirates to beat us by 3-0? We didn't even have even a goal to say no, we are present at FNB Stadium. Yeah, Nkulusi, I don't know, but we have a long way to go.
You're heartbroken.
We were all heartbroken on the day.
Well, you in particular also.
Absolutely. A lot of fans, they are like this. I'm also heartbroken. 3-0 in Nkulusi. We didn't even have anything to show. That even 3-2 at least, 2-1, 1-0, but 3-0 on the day. Yeah, no. But we move on in Nkulusi. we move on. But the things need to change.
You have no option but to move on.
We have no other options but need to move on. But there will be a lot of changes at Nature. Even
you think at the end of the season there'll be even including players?
Absolutely. I've been so marketing manager Jessica Mutau. You could even see on her face that she was disappointed. No one wants to get hiding against Orlando Pirates. I can tell you, no one. You can get hiding from someone, but not from Orlando Pirates. By 3-0 in Nkulusi is uncalled for. The coaches, they know very well. Our coaches knows very well what they did on Saturday is uncalled for, and we cannot allow this to happen in Nkulusi. Something need to change, and drastic measures need to be taken against them, whether we like it or not.
Nice one. Thank you very much, Shucks. Kuthiwa ke inxeba liphola ngomane elithunukwa. A wound will heal as you poke it and pour salt on it. I imagine that Kaizer Chiefs fans don't want a video about Chiefs and the Soweto derby, but here we are. This is a video about Chiefs and the Soweto derby. Tomorrow, it's an opportunity for you to rewrite or to right those wrongs. You play Richards Bay, so you take one step at a time. If you beat Richards Bay, you give something your fans can smile about, and then you move on to the next game and the next game after that. But if Orlando Pirates played Kaizer Chiefs tomorrow, Kaizer Chiefs will still win, will still lose. And if they played next week, Kaizer Chiefs will still lose, because that's how much of a gap between those two teams in terms of quality players. Thank you very much for watching us.
Go.
For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.